This Chevy Corvair was left abandoned for 46 years. Infamously known as one of the most dangerous cars of all time, it's now ironically locked in an overgrown prison. There are actual trees trapping it in place.
This is gonna be our hardest recovery ever.
Dude, I don't know if it's possible.
Can we recover and save this forgotten piece of history, or will she rot in this exact spot forever?
Holy crap, look at that thing, dude. That's a Corvair.
I haven't seen a Corvair since the last time you and me were actually just detailing, and we did like 6 of these in one day.
Wow.
But it actually looks really nice.
We've never had one on the channel before. This is the first Corvair we've ever found.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that bad at all. Look at this tree that's growing into the side, Mike. How are we gonna get that out? We're gonna have to cut this tree down to get to it. Oh, there's mold all down the side of it too.
Dude, it's buried.
Oh my God, yeah, look at the wheel.
Dude.
Half of it's underground.
I don't know, can you see that? That tire? It's all the way down there. Ooh.
And the interior looks pretty good too, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's stinky and crusty, as expected, but it's all there.
That driver's seat's seen better days.
I wonder what year it is. Corvairs, I think, were made 50s into early 60s.
I don't know,
And then Ralph Nader put the kibosh on it.
Oh, because it was
unsafe at any speed.
Super unsafe at any speed. That's what it is.
Yeah, so I know these things were death traps back in the day, and that's why they actually stopped making them, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll get into that later. Look at this tree, how far it's grown up and around that quarter panel. I mean, there's pieces that are actually growing like onto the car.
Yeah.
And when I say like, it's like smashed, like the branch is like smushed.
It's lucky that it's actually not farther in, because it would have been grown through the fender, dude. Would have messed this car up something righteous.
I wonder how long it takes a tree to grow like this around a car.
I don't really know. This thing's pretty tall. I don't know, was it like
it's a pretty big tree. It's
25 feet?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. We're gonna have to put on our lumberjack flannels today. Well, we're gonna have to get out of here. So I guess first things first. All right, so now that we have all the trees around the Corvair cut, now we have to drag it out. And in order to do so, we have to back our trailer up, hook a snatch block onto that tractor, and then try and drag it out, which I still don't know if our winch is gonna be able to pull that out because that thing is buried. But in order to get the trailer back here, we need to cut down some of these trees so that I don't dent the trailer more than I already have over the last year. Round 2. Mike, we need one of these. And a forklift.
I don't think we need one of those.
WD Landscaping.
For all the trees that are shot that we need to cut down.
I don't think I'm doing this right. Why is it bouncing like that?
He's like chopping it almost. You gotta just kind of, yeah. There you go. That was all right.
Why do guys like chopping stuff down so much?
It's in our nature, dude. Make fire. We need to get a new winch.
This is a new winch, remember?
We need to throw this one in the junkyard.
This is the 3rd new winch. I don't know why the free spool doesn't work. You're doing a good job.
You're doing a good job.
So we have our winch connected to a snatch block that's connected to the Sebring that's connected to the Corvair. So hopefully it will pull the Corvair straight and then we can realign it and get in the trailer. Here we go.
It's coming.
Is it?
But that's coming more.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, we're out.
There we go.
And the wheels are rolling. The wheel's spinning. That's insane.
Keep going. Dude, all 4 are rolling? Incredible. I can't believe it's coming out.
This is amazing. Oh, now it wants to roll. Are all 4 rolling?
Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Nope.
It's okay. It worked. Whoa, she wants to drive away.
And while we get this loaded up the rest of the way, we do want to say if you guys have a car that's in this condition, super dirty, and you want us to come detail it for you absolutely for free, email us or send us a message on our Instagram on the screen right now with pictures of the vehicle and where you're located. And again, it has to be super dirty and a cool car. If it's not dirty, we cannot do it on our channel, but we do all of the detailing absolutely for free. So even if your grandpa has an old car that's been sitting in his barn for 40 years, ask him, reach out to us, and let's make it happen.
All right, we made it back safe and sound with the Chevy Corvair, and we are super excited. We've been looking for one of these for a long time, much because of the storied history behind it. If you're familiar with the Corvair, you might know a gentleman by the name of Ralph Nader, who wrote a book called Unsafe at Any Speeds in the 60s, which he went over how manufacturers, in particular GM, was making cars but putting profit above safety. And they made a lot of these Chevy Corvairs, and they were extremely dangerous to drive. And he wrote this book, that was his claim to fame, I guess you could call it. And then GM retaliated, supposedly, this is what I read online, but GM retaliated by trying to defame Mr. Nader by tapping his phone to try and solicit information. And then I think they even maybe went as far as hiring some ladies of the night to, I guess, further defame him or discredit him. So anyways, GM was not a fan of Mr. Nader because he pointed out a lot of these flaws, and because of his book, it brought a whole new era of car manufacturing where safety was very important. And partially due in part to his book, it started a whole new era of car manufacturing, and I believe it was even the catalyst for NHTSA, which is the National Highway Safety and Traffic Administration, which really focused on user safety, and I'm pretty sure that's where we got seatbelts, airbags, and all the other safety features that we see in cars today. What do you think, Mike? What's your first impression?
My first impression of this Corvair, it is extremely dirty. It has been sitting for such a long time and has such a thick buildup. It kind of reminds me of the van that we just recently did on the exterior. So I'm kind of excited for what we can do with the paint, but also worried because this could be a ton of work. Now, if you haven't seen it before, this buildup all along the side of the car is a buildup of organic materials such as mold and lichen buildup. It sticks into the paint and it really grabs onto the car. So this is gonna be a good bit of work. Hopefully our pre-wash is gonna be able to help us get some of this off of the car. Other than being so dirty, this car's in actually wonderful shape. Like, I'm shocked it's so clean, as in it doesn't have a lot of damage on it.
But before we begin pressure washing, obviously we have to vacuum up all the leaves and sticks, and then we will start with the wheels and then move on to pressure washing. Mike, wait. I think it's time. Let's show them. For years, we have dreamt of starting our own product line, but now it is finally time to announce WD Auto Supply. I can't believe that this dream is about to become a reality. We've actually tried multiple attempts at a product line and failed, and inevitably realized that in order to truly make it ours, we need to be a part of every stage of the manufacturing process. So before we show you what's inside this massive present, we want to share with you the whole entire process. Of course, starting with step one, which is finding a partner to help us to create this detailing product line. And luckily, the same company that has supplied me with detailing products over the last 10 years of my detailing career agreed to allow us to be a part of the blending process and give us the ability to create a detailing line that is unique to WD. And the best part is that it's all made right here in Ohio near our shop where we film all of our videos. Of course, the next step is what bottles do we put the product into, which is why my garage is packed with pallets of bottles and sprayers. We tested so many bottles and sprayers and finally found the most comfortable, ergonomic, and functional bottle sprayer combo that we could possibly find. But now, I have nowhere to park my car. On to step three. And that would be filling the bottles. We are doing all the filling right here at WD headquarters, the same place where we film all of our videos. And for the foreseeable future, all of these will be filled by us. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right.
And by us, I mean me and Mike, because Brent's more of a computer guy anyway. Step 4 is labeling, which will be done in this room right here. But we are keeping all of our labels top secret until our hard launch. Step 5 is sealing the products, packing them, and shipping them to you guys. But now back to the present. Inside is the product line reveal, as well as another huge surprise, but we can't show you just yet. Everything will be revealed in our video on December 7th. But if you go to WDAutosupply.com, you will get to see what's inside almost a whole week before anyone else. You will also get a code for 10% off your first order, as well as sneak peeks on every car that we find before we post it on YouTube. And you will also get access to the store a day early on December 6th before anyone else. And that matters because the first 200 orders will get a free gift of your choice from our merchandise line. That includes our WD logo dad hat, our WD Death Trap trucker cap, a WD logo shirt, a WD Death Trap shirt, or a WD sticker pack. But sizes and inventory are limited, so if you want your choice of shirt, size, or hat, you have to act fast. But more important than anything else, we want to thank you guys, because this YouTube channel has changed all of our lives. And with WD Auto Supply, Mike is no longer going to be an employee, but he'll be part owner. I really can't express how much this all means to me and how much you guys mean to me and how much you have influenced and changed our lives. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. But before I get too sappy, I should probably just say, if you are interested in our product line, go to WDAutosupply.com and sign up. Now it's time to get back to the Corvair.
And to start the wash, we're going to be using our WD Auto Supply pre-rinse, and I'll let you guys be the judge of how good this stuff works. If you've been watching our videos for the last 4 years, we've used this stuff on almost every single car. Hold on, Mike, before we go any further, I just noticed this. Does this car look orange to you? And not red?
It's red.
No. When we first picked it up, I thought this was red, and now the more I look at it, I think it's orange.
I mean, I think it's more red than orange, at least. Like, this is orange.
Okay,
No.
We'll find something red. Hold on. Find something red.
Okay.
I have to know. Outside, it looks so red. Is that red?
It's more red
Dude.
than orange.
This doesn't make sense to me. My eyes are deceiving me. That's like a dark orange.
I get it's okay. It might be a mix. Okay, we'll leave it up to them. Is this car red or is it orange? Let us know in the comments below who's more right.
That's light orange, just saying.
This is regular red, and regular red's closer. I think it's red.
And ladies and gentlemen, if the gas hole in your car is dirty, don't forget to clean it.
So it's always funny to me whenever we're working on these old cars how trusting everybody was, because you can just open hoods of cars back then without a key, without unlocking it, without anything. Moving on to the engine bay of this Corvair. It's an interesting car because it has a flat six. It's a 2.3 liter flat six. It doesn't make a lot of horsepower. I think it's only about like 80 or so. But the only other car that I know of that had a flat six were Porsches. I find that kind of interesting that Chevy actually had a flat six. I don't know if they use this in any other models. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments, but let me show you why this was a very poor design for this car. Now, as you can see, the engine is right here. Here's the center of the motor, which is all the way back, way farther back than this rear tire, which is a rear engine vehicle. But there's so much weight back here that there's nothing up front. The front end of this car is one of the lightest cars that we've worked on. That's what made this car so dangerous, having all the weight slung back and nothing up front. This is actually very common for another car, a Japanese car that some of you may know. It's an MR2. A lot of people would crash those cars if they were going through curves and accelerating, because as you accelerate through a corner, the front of the car is lifting up and has almost no weight on it. This causes those tires to slip out and you go right into a ditch. So it's very common with cars like this, even though I can't imagine it being too common with this one, because this is like the base model of this vehicle, only has about 80 horsepower. But they had turbo models of this that were a lot faster and a lot more dangerous, I would assume. So as you guys can see, this flat six is super greasy, which is the perfect time for us to use our brand new citrus degreaser. And we're gonna spray this on the engine, let it sit and dwell for a little while, and then clean it on up. Did you like cleaning that up? You hated it. Now, I know not everyone has such a greasy engine bay like this one, or a car from the 60s or 50s, but this degreaser works great on newer cars and older cars, and especially on engine bays, underbodies, and I love using this on the wheel wells as well. I feel like it really helps get all the greasy, grimy stuff that gets stuck to your car off with little effort. Because what you don't want to do is have to scrub really hard and cause scratches and swirls, whether that's in plastic or on painted components of your vehicle. So that's why I love this stuff. It works really well.
WD Auto Supply is also coming out with an iron remover. We did a lot of smell tests on this to make sure it doesn't smell like rotten eggs. And the scent that we picked is probably the best that I've ever smelled when it comes to iron remover. And if you guys aren't familiar with what iron remover is or what it does, it basically breaks down little microscopic particles of iron that get lodged in your vehicle's paint and then they rust. You can see this on white cars if you've ever seen the little orange dots. So anyways, this is our iron remover, and I can confidently say that it's the best smelling iron remover that will be on the market.
Moving on to the interior of this Corvair. As you can see, it's rough. It's also very bare bones, kind of like that Miner that we were just in. And I'd actually like to point out, thank you for all your comments about the radio, because this actually has a similar radio, which is an AM radio, right, Brett? That doesn't just have the zeros behind all the numbers, so that's why I didn't know what it was. This car has great accessories, like the all-important ashtray and lighter, which is right next to the ignition, which is crazy that it's so close to each other. And also another interesting thing about this car that I don't think I've seen on any car ever before, to change the gear on here, it's got drive, neutral, reverse. Let me see, is there park in here? No, there's no park, there's an L. What does L mean? Low? If you could help me out, let me know. How do you put this thing in park, or do you just use the e-brake in this vehicle? But another thing that we have to talk about is obviously the condition of these seats. So these are supposed to be more of a red. So we're gonna see what kind of color comes back. You can kind of see the real color here, but they are in rough shape from sitting outside and getting beat on by the sun. Also, if you'll notice the incredible angle this seat is at. This seat is still bolted in, but not too much. So we'll show you that now. The front pans look pretty good, no holes, no problems. The back pans, they're not really there. The seats are still bolted to some bits of metal that are hanging on for dear life. I need to try to get this out, and I don't know if I'm gonna have the best of luck, so I might have to cut these out. Gotta be careful because it's really rusty. I don't want to round the head off, but okay, so this one's gonna come undone for sure. But I don't want to do it all the way because I don't want the seat to basically fall out. I don't know what the best plan of attack, if I should just go from under the car or from in the car. There's a lot of rust here, hold on. I just definitely rounded over this rusty head of a bolt, so I'm gonna have to cut it off. Everybody knows safety first, so I gotta get my eye protection on. We will get started.
All right, I wonder how heavy this is gonna be and if I'm gonna fall through the floor pan. Oh gosh, it is, wait, it's still in the floor.
What do you mean?
I can't pick it up. There's still a bolt.
Did you eat breakfast?
Either I'm weak or there's still a bolt.
Oh, there's double on the back. Hold on, we have double trouble. I gotta get that other bolt out.
This car was built the year my mom was born and the year JFK was shot.
63?
Yeah.
That's when my dad was born.
Your dad was born in 63?
Yeah.
I think when I go through, I'll walk more toward the front.
Or you can put your whole leg through to the ground.
I need my tetanus shot for that. Okay, yeah, this is a lot lighter. Oh. Nice. Lift with your back. Mike.
Yes?
You don't think it's worse than we thought?
I mean, yeah, because I thought it was more like this, which is really bad. Both need to be replaced. It doesn't really matter.
Now that we're gonna clean it, what's the plan of action?
Probably rip all of this out because I don't think it's gonna be necessary anymore. And then I'm perplexed. What is this stuff? What are these little doors? Is this some kind of air ventilation for your feet?
Can you open one?
This is open.
Mine won't open.
This just opens this much. All right, let us know what this is for because this seems very silly to me. I have no idea what it could be. We'll have to make this as presentable as we can and just try to do our best here. So how I'm gonna start is I'm gonna pull everything else out, including the back seat. After that, start ripping all this vinyl rubber off the floor.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean this disgusting interior using our interior cleaner that we spent countless hours formulating, trying to get the exact scent that we loved, that we think that you guys are gonna love. It's not too strong, it smells very good, and it leaves your car smelling nice and pleasant. You can use it on anything. So I'm gonna grab the Tornador, blow all this away with some compressed air, and then show you how good this stuff is. Now for the seats, we're going to use our interior cleaner with a stiffer brush. And every once in a while, I'm going to dip the brush into a bucket of water to make sure it's clean and I'm not just smearing that dirt all over the seat and getting it dirtier. And my hopes were to try and bring that red dye back out, but unfortunately, it was just way too far gone. But as I'm cleaning that seat, you can still see a huge difference that it's making. And once it's all cleaned, I'll apply a leather conditioner just to protect it and make it soft again.
Oh my God, it's huge.
There's a big spider on the table. Mike, save me. What kind of spider is that? It's huge. Let's save it. That was easy. You got it? Okay, go, 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 go. It's raining.
It is raining.
All right, I trust that you'll save it.
Mike here. I'm going to open up the frunk of this Corvair. Let's see what we find. There we go. Ooh, we have some wheel caps, but these are different than what's on the back. Looks like we have 4 of these. That's pretty cool. Nice little air filter. Oh, this big guy. A lot of air filter action going on here. Wix filter. Wow, I've never seen a Wix filter in this package. This must have been when they were a new company. Hold on, let me check this guy out. Wow. That was pretty cool. Oh, whoa. That is some kind of beehive nest or hornet nest. Luckily, there's nothing in there, but that's huge. Voltage regulator and another filter. That's about it. Well, this is pretty bare bones in here. I'm just gonna get it vacuumed up and wiped down. It should be all done after that.
All right, it's time to polish the Chevy Corvair, and I usually start with polishing the hood, but in this case, the hood's back here. So I'm gonna polish the rear end of this car for you guys, and my assumption is that this is a single stage enamel, and so I'm gonna use a rotary to knock down all the oxidation and try and bring back some of the actual color that's underneath, and then I'll use a foam pad and a finishing polish and try and remove some of the holograms that the rotary leaves over. I think I'm actually gonna be able to make the paint look somewhat like this. This was the part of the vehicle that obviously didn't get hit by the sun as much. The goal is to just make it shiny enough to where it doesn't look like a chalkboard anymore, and I think we're gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna get to it. Wish me luck. All right, the Corvair is all finished, and we have officially soft launched WD Auto Supply, and we are absolutely exhausted. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything that you have afforded us by supporting this channel and watching. And if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And if you want to be one of the first people to get access to WDAutosupply.com and our product line, sign up for the newsletter. But me and Michael are on our way to go see Creed right now, so we gotta go. Thank you for watching. See you next week.